Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal, and this is my favorite things. This is the one video where I clean up and I put a bunch of products together for you at the end of the year to tell you which ones just changed my life in 2024. The first 7 are going to be products from other places. The last 3 are going to be coming from right here. Because this was a very creative year for A Place to Heal, and we came up with some very interesting things. And I noticed that even a few of the products I didn't even tell you guys about. Like, I advertised them every place else, but I never even bought them to YouTube. All right, so let's get started because this video usually tends to run long. All right, so the first product that is awesome is C60. I know you've heard me talk about it in prior videos, and you can even go back and look at those if you want more information. C60 is a molecule made up of 60 carbon atoms, and it's an extremely potent antioxidant. It's great for skin, hair, nails, follicle growth, and especially promoted for anti-aging. Okay, so I took C60 to TikTok, and within a month's time, they were like, nope, 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 you can't do that. I don't know who turned me in or if they caught up with the video or what happened, but I got violations against the video. They took the link down. Even the company, Bucky Labs, was no longer there. I mean, it was pretty crazy, because they don't like you to mention the C word on TikTok. So one of the main reasons I know that people use C60 is after they've dealt with cancer or after they've had chemotherapy or stuff like that, they will take it because it helps rejuvenate the body at a cellular level, and it helps you come back from that. Okay, so the reason I use it is because C60 has a very, very high concentration of vitamin C. You're going to notice a lot of the beauty products out there, they tell you to put vitamin C on your face, you know, rose hips, all this stuff, you know, rose water, because of the vitamin C content. Well, I've got the pills and I've also got the liquid. Now, C60 is very sensitive to light. So what I do is I wrap, the paper around it, and I put tape around it, and that way I don't have it go bad. Okay, so what I use it for is to put it on my face. So at night, you want to make sure you have a clean face, and this is what I did the video on TikTok. You want to make sure you have a nice clean face. Once it's nice and clean and you got all the junk taken off of it, okay, then I get the liquid one. Okay, and the liquid kind of looks, and I'm going to show you here for a reason, it kind of looks like olive oil, okay, because it's done in olive oil if it's done correctly. So I take it, I rub it between my hands, and I put it on my face. So what that does is it helps the cell rejuvenation go through at night. You don't want to use this in the morning, because you don't want to go out into the light with it. It will actually do damage. So you want to do it at night before you go to bed, right before you go to bed. So I put it on my face, and it helps detoxify, and not only my face, but my body. It detoxifies my glands, everything at my sinus cavity, everything else. So it's great. Now, if I'm going to use it during the day, I will use the pills. I will not use the liquid. The liquid on my face, I use at night. You can take it internally. I just found out that it's awesome to get great skin. So that's why I put it on there. Now, as far as this product, C60, the only people that I recommend is Bucky Labs. And the reason I only endorse them is because when I was going to try it, to use it, I found out that there's a lot of shenanigans going on out there. There's people that what they're doing is they're not doing anything. All they're doing is selling you olive oil. It's not even real stuff at extremely high prices, like $80, $90, $100. Okay, and they're just no good. It's just nothing. They don't have any customer service. When you try to get a hold of their Gmail or even their email server or get any customer help whatsoever, there is none, because they're all scammer operations. Okay, so before I ordered, the reason I love Bucky Labs is because, and the reason I tell you guys about it is because I know the owner. Okay, I can contact the owner and he gets back to me like within an hour. You know, what do you need? What's wrong? I've had customers that have called me and said, hey Marie, they sent me the wrong product. I'm like, well, contact them. They will contact you like that and take care of the issue. I've never had a problem. I know what their facility looks like. I know the people working there. I know how clean it is. I know what the process goes through. So I can guarantee you that you are going to be getting a good product that is going to work at a cellular level. All right, that's number one. Number two is an herb called bacopa. Okay, you've probably heard of bacopa, but you probably heard of a bunch of these, but I'm going to give you a different take on why I use these this year. Okay, so bacopa improves verbal learning, delayed word recall. So if you have that problem where like, God, I can't remember what that word is, you know, it helps with that. Memory acquisition, anxiety. So if you have anxiety, if you have depression, any of that, it helps that. It helps with brain function, dementia, Alzheimer's. It helps with that. But it also helps with, and this is why I started suggesting it to a bunch of my clients, it helps with bipolar disorder, ADHD, OCD, weight loss, and it's safe to take up to 600 milligrams for 6 weeks. But then you got to take 2 weeks off, okay? And then you can restart again. But the reason I love this is because that is not what it is suggested for. So a lot of people found a lot of relief with their OCD symptoms and their bipolar and, you know, their manic issues. All of that, it's great because it helps calm the body and it helps calm the brain and it helps with that anxiety. The reason I say that it's also great for weight loss, even though I don't see it advertised that way anywhere, is because for some people, and not for all, but for some people, it causes a little bit of, it's kind of that tinge of nausea where it's just enough where it will stop you from eating, right? So it helps with that weight loss. Plus it also helps with the mind, right? The constant chatter, I need food, I need food. So if you're going to take it for that, my suggestion is make sure you get a breakfast in, okay? I mean, you don't have to if you're trying to fast or whatever, but you know, try to get a breakfast in and then take it after breakfast. And that way you will go all day without wanting any food till dinner. Or if you have problems, let's say in the evenings where you're hungry, then I would suggest take it after lunch. That way, you know, you don't eat that much in the evenings. So that's how to use it for weight loss. But like I said, it's also great for OCD, all that stuff. Anything to do with the brain and calming of the brain. All right. Next up, number 3, and if you're interested in any of this stuff, I always put the links underneath the video and I always put them in order. The same order that I gave them to you in this video, that's the same way that I put the links underneath. Okay. Number 3 is HGH. Look, I even did my little... Okay. So HGH helps with, it's human growth hormone, and it helps with better sleep, increased muscle strength, muscle recovery. It's been given as weight loss. It helps with bone density. Okay, so if you're having issues with osteoporosis or anything like that, and it helps with better healing. Now, here's the reason that I started taking it. I had a chiropractor that suggested it to me for foot pain. I have like a heel spur on my right foot, and it has a tendency to really hurt me when I go on the treadmill or I go for long walks. If you have one, you know, or if you have, you know, any kind of foot disorders, anything like that, or you're somebody who stands a lot, or you're a waitress or a nurse, whatever, HGH is awesome because it stops your feet from hurting. If you have any pain, anything to do with the ankles down, actually with bone, it helps with bone. Like if you have bone pain. Now, the only thing that about this one is this is the ageless one. It's the one that I prefer. It's kind of on the expensive side, but you know, I think all supplements are getting that way. It comes in little packets. You cannot use these packets in anything hot. I tried putting it in coffee and it started to clump. So I don't use it in anything hot. You want to use it in something cold. You can even use it in water, but it's actually really good tasting. It does not have a bad taste, but it helps with anything to do with bone issues. And that's one of the favorite things that I loved. Okay. I also have a shoulder from cutting hair all those years. You know, any hairdressers out there, you know, you start losing everything in your shoulder and everything's rubbing right up against each other. And I get that pain every once in a while, and that helps a lot. Okay, so, excuse me. Okay, so number 4 is going to be L-methylfolate 5, MTHR. Everybody calls it the mother, you know what, gene. So, listen. When this thing first came out and they were really pushing it, I thought, what a crock of bull. No. Everything that anyone has said about this little supplement is 100% true. Okay, so everybody says, you know, we have that mother gene, you know, we can't process. No, that's not true any longer. I feel that so many people have messed up their bodies, messed up with their diets, and messed where everybody cannot process that any longer. So I see a lot of people in these health groups that are complaining that their B12 is too high. They don't know how to bring it down, you know, their test, or their B12 is too low. Okay, neither one is true. There's not too high, not too low. Don't supplement, don't try. No, this is a liver issue where it's not processing, okay? You need that key, and this is the key to get that to process, right? To methylate that B12, that B complex, in order for your body to be able to absorb it. And once it does, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, anything like that, you're gonna get such relief, okay? It's wonderful. It helps with brain health, serotonin, dopamine, melatonin, and endorphins, and brain function, and your mood, okay, cognitive health, mental clarity, heart health, energy levels, hair, nails, skin, detoxification, energy production, and immune function, okay, all of these. It helps with all of these. So there you go. But here's my favorite, all right? My favorite is going to be liver health, because all these get produced in your liver. Okay, they have to get transferred in your liver. Your B, your A, your D, all these have to get done. So it helps your liver in order to do that. They're liquid drops. They taste great. You can even give them to kids. All right, there you go. Next up, propolis. Okay, in case you've never heard of that before, I just want to let you know that if you are allergic to anything to do with bees, if you are allergic to bee stings, honey, anything, okay, if you can't go near a bee, don't go near this. All right, propolis is a resinous substance that bees create from plant parts to build and repair their hives. And it does the same thing for your body. It helps repair your body. It's used for wound healing. Propolis can help heal the skin and is effective in treating wounds from diabetes. So if you have like diabetic ulcers, it helps with that. It helps with infections. It helps with recovering after surgery. If you have any, the cut from your surgery, from burns and gastric ulcers. Okay, so the main reason that I keep these in the house, I purchased two and I have them in my cupboards at all time, is for two reasons. Number one, for burns. If anybody gets a burn, I don't care how slight it is, I instantly go to this because, like, the same way that it heals the hives, it also heals that burn. Second thing that I use this for is for tooth pain. So my youngest granddaughter started having, she's going through that age, where she's losing all her teeth and new teeth are coming in. So she's having, the pain after she loses the teeth, the sockets and everything else. So this is great for teeth pain. It kind of has like a little bonding. It's kind of weird because, like it says, it's a resinous substance, and it kind of bonds to the teeth and it stops the pain. It's kind of weird. So it forms like a protective shield. Okay, so this one is 50% super strength. You can get them in higher strengths. I don't see why, because this one is pretty strong. But those are the two things that I use it for. You can also take it internally. Like you said, if you have ulcers or anything like that, it can be used internally. All right, so one thing is that it helps with cancer cells. See, I can say that here. It helps with cancer cells from multiplying, and it reduces the likelihood of cancer cells becoming cancerous. Okay, it has antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and anti-protozoa properties. So you can actually use it if you have like those stomach bugs or anything like that. So if you get those, you can actually take it temporarily for that. And it also has antioxidants that can help fight cellular damage. All right, so love that. All right, number 6. This stuff has saved me. I can't even begin to tell you. It has saved me. Well, we won't go that far. But these are amino acid quick absorb drops. All right. So if you have ever tried to get amino acids in liquid form, because I know how important amino acids are. If you do not know how important essential amino acids are, they're extremely important. Your body doesn't make them. Okay. We don't even get them in food anymore. And these amino acids regulate everything from nervousness, muscle, bone. I mean, everything. It heals your whole body. So it's very important to take them every day. If you've ever seen my ecosystem chart, you have to take amino acids every day. Your essential amino acids, not that, branch chain amino acid stuff, but the essential amino acids. You have to take them. Okay. But I have grandkids and they don't take pills. They don't like pills. So I went searching high and low to try to find, and I found it. And what I love about these is they actually taste really good. If you have ever purchased the amino acids in powder form, I've tried like 8 brands and they're the worst. They taste horrible. They taste nasty. They taste bitter. They add colors and all sorts of junk to them. It's horrible. So I would love to learn how to make these. I'm telling you, these have been a lifesaver, because if I'm going to the gym, I could just throw these in my bag and I can take it right after I go to the gym. My grandkids, it's 5 drops out the door. It's great. These things are the best. I just, this is like sliced bread to me. I don't know why, but I just fell in love with these. These are great. All right. Next up, NAC. You probably have heard tons of information about NAC, especially lately. They're trying to push it for all sorts of stuff, especially for anti-aging. All right. It's a form of cysteine, which is an essential amino acid, which you need a little bit more of. Okay. It nourishes your brain. It replenishes your glutathione levels, which is your master antioxidant in your liver. So you need that. It helps your kidneys. It helps your liver. It helps respiratory conditions. If you have asthma or anything like that, it helps fertility if you're trying to get pregnant. However, high amounts can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and constipation. People always think that more is better when it is not. Okay, so I actually have it in pill form, and I also have it in gummies. I can't get it out, but anyway, the little gummies. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what, because I not only take it, but like I said, grandkids don't take pills, so I give them the gummies, sugar-free gummies. And the reason that I love the NAC is because it helps things. You know, nowadays we have so much, I don't want to say mental illness. I hate that word, because I think these kids that are coming out with OCD and all this is special. I mean, these kids are special. They have such special talents because of this, okay? So, but it helps with bipolar, Asperger's syndrome, ADHD, OCD. It helps with the tics, okay? Because as you know, there's obsessive interests, limericks, if you know, you know, speech, rituals, social isolation, and sensory difficulties. Okay, so it helps with like hair pulling. You ever see those girls? They sit there and they twist their hair and then they yank it. That, or they have the eye tick, or something. They have something. I have a friend who does this when she gets nervous, and she has literally wiped out her whole hair right there. Okay, so these are all tics. They all come from, you know, the bipolar, the Asperger's, the OCD. I'm not laughing because of the tics. I'm laughing because I have them. And I know, because I know you're sitting there going, not you, Marie. No, yes. Okay, so yeah, I've been on the spectrum, and if you haven't figured that out yet, there's, you know, and I take it, and it has helped a lot with that obsessive. I'm that overthinker, you know, and especially at night before you go to bed, taking the gummies, or even I take the pills, and it helps because you're not laying in bed with that overthinking brain going over and over and over everything, analyzing, why did this person say this? Why did this person do that? You know, and you can't sleep. So the NAC, even though it's not marketed as a sleep aid, it is a great sleep aid because of that, because it helps with the tics. I don't even know why nobody has even figured that out yet, but it does. I think there is a few psychologists now that are starting to figure out that it does help with like the hair, you know, where you yank all your hair out, trachea, I think it's called, you know, or I have people who pick their eyebrows and or even their eyelashes, they'll pick that hair, or right here. So it helps with that. So if you have those tics, any of those tics, please, you know, definitely look into NAC. It's exceptional. All right. Number 8 is a place to heal, liver flush. I can't believe I didn't tell you guys about this. Okay. So years ago, some of you know, I was on the Cure Zone, and I would interact with Andreas Moritz. Andreas Moritz changed my life. I always thought he looked like such an angelic being. And I was like, man, I want to reach that level of health, that level that he's got on his face, where it just, he looks so beautiful, you know. And I'm not talking about, oh, he's handsome. I'm talking about what a beautiful being, because it was radiating not only outside but also inside. And I was like, I want to reach that. And you know, after he passed away, I really wanted to do the liver flushes because he would always stress to me, you've got to do the liver flushes. You've got to start cleaning your liver. From the time you are 15 years old, you must start cleaning your liver. There's all sorts of trash that builds up in there, and you've got to get that out if you want to live a nice, long, healthy life without it destroying your other organs. My problem was that when I started doing the liver flushes, I was a diabetic. I was full-blown diabetic. And for me, it was not possible to drink 32 ounces of apple juice for 5 days, every single day. It was throwing my numbers. I mean, I would do a liver flush every 6 or 7 months, but I was scared to death the whole time I was doing them because of the apple juice. I tried malic acid. I tried all the substitutes. It just didn't work. I'm trying to think of her name. She's also got a liver flush, and I think there's one other company that also has a liver flush. But basically, they're all copies of his liver flush. And I didn't want to do that because I felt that was disrespectful to his memory, especially, you know, knowing him and everything. It was very disrespectful. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to be able to offer my clients a liver flush that would work. It had to work 100%, and it could not include all this sugar because if they were diabetic. Problem number 2 I was having is that I had kidney problems. So the Epsom salt would dry out my kidneys so bad. My adrenals would stress so bad that my adrenals would not normally take me through a liver flush. They would stress out really, really bad. So I wanted to find something that did not dehydrate my body. So for 2 years, I tried this and I tried that and everything else. And I finally was able to put a regimen together, a timed regimen where you do not have to prep at all. It's one day. You start in the morning, you flush that night. No bunch of sugars, nothing like that. Nothing that's going to dry you out or dehydrate you, and it's going to help your kidneys not hurt them. So I bought this out. I released it a couple of months ago, and all of a sudden I was overwhelmed. I mean, it went nuts. It went crazy. I had doctors contacting me. I had nurses contacting me. I had one ER doctor was like, "What credentials do you have to create something like this?" Because let me tell you, he goes, "I've never had anything work like this before." He goes, "This is insane." And, you know, I had other doctors that were contacting me from other areas that were just like, you know, I take gallbladders out every year in the operating room. I don't want to lose mine. And this is crazy. The only people that cannot do this liver flush are, one, if you're under 15, it's not advisable. Okay. Because you really can't deal with, if something comes up like the nausea, you can't deal with it. And number 2, if you've had like parts of your colon removed or you have a colostomy bag, I don't suggest doing it. You know, but otherwise, by all means. So if you do the liver flush, if you decide to get it, it is a PDF. It's on PayHip, and it is a step-by-step. It takes you through the whole thing. It has pictures on it and everything else. It's not a book that you have to read. No, it is a step-by-step instruction manual on how to do this liver flush. And it also shows the pictures of what comes out. And these are from real clients. And so that way you can compare and say, oh, this is what came out. This is what it is. Or this is the stone that came out, this color. This is what it is. Okay, so it has all that. So if you're interested in that, you know, it's like crazy. It just went nuts. All right. Next product that we invented here was for me. I was starting to have some serious cortisol issues. I've already done a video on this, but you guys sold us out. I mean, I was getting emails, I was getting comments, I was getting messages, private messages. I mean, it was insane. It was like, "Marie, I can't believe this. You know, the weight I've lost of my, you know, the hump in my back is going away. My skin is cleared up. The hair on my face is going to," I mean, it was, you know, the pooch. It was like, it was crazy. So our best seller is the 8 ounces, and we've put it in a nice little box
for if you're interested in getting it for Christmas or for anyone for New Year's. And it has all the information, and it even has the expiration label. Hey, we had it all professionally done because we were going to go on TikTok and sell these on TikTok. But as so it happens, you know, there's this ban, and I kind of put the brakes on it, and I was like, you know what? Let's just hold off till we see what's going to happen with this ban and everything else before I decide I want to go on TikTok shops selling the cortisol. But the reviews on it have been insane, and I'm very proud of the product that everybody has just been raving about. Okay, and last but not least is another one of our products, which has changed so many lives. It's changed my life for sure. The cognitive inhaler. You know, when I bought these out, I had tons of people sitting there going, you don't know what you're talking about. You're full of BS. This doesn't work. This is not going to work. And then I was telling people, put them in your car because the warmth kind of activates them. And I had people contacting me that, you know, are essential oil specialists. And they were sitting there going, this woman doesn't know what she's talking about. Don't put it in your car. It makes the oils go rancid. Okay, so I've had this in my car for 8 months. It has not gone rancid. The way that they create the oils that we use in these inhalers is a special steam distilled, and it does not go rancid in the warm weather. Okay, so I do know what I'm talking about. This is to help improve your memory. The way it works is basically you shake it, it kind of activates it. I can even smell it from here already. It's strong, okay? You put it in your nose, you take a breath, other side, take a breath, shake it up some more, do it again on each side. That is your dose for the morning. In the evening sometime, if you remember, even 1 dose a day will help. It will activate the center in your brain that helps with memory. The amount of emails that I have gotten about this little product has been insane. I knew it helped me, and I thought, you know, maybe it's just a fluke that that my memory is getting better. But they have done all sorts of studies in Japan where they found out that mixing these essential oils and putting them in your sinus cavity helps improve your memory. I did a whole video on that. If you want to go watch it, if you want to make it yourself, you can go watch that video. I think it's like 2 or 3 back. Okay, if you want to buy the cotton and the stuff and the inhaler and the whole bit, it's there. All right, so I had people that were contacting me telling me, Marie, I can't believe this. For the first time, I'm able to read a book, and I'm able to hold the information and absorb the information and retain the information. I had other people that, because one of the first things that happens when you start having, dementia or Alzheimer's is you start losing your sense of smell. And I had people that contacted me and told me, I've actually gotten back my sense of smell after all these years. I can't believe it. It's crazy. So yeah, it is pretty strong, but it's a nice scent. It's not bad, and it helps. You do not want to overhit this. More is not better. It will cause reverse reactions if you do that. So only once or twice a day is all you need to use it. It's not all that, okay? So definitely, like I said, more is not better. All right. Those are the 10 supplements that have changed my life this year. You know, for me, it's okay to go out there and buy supplements. I have my business as a supplement company, and I'm able to write off these supplements if they don't work. The truth is that 9 out of 10 supplements that I order every year suck. They do not work. They do not do even half of what they say they're going to do. If I could go on TikTok and do like videos on what doesn't work, I would be rich. Because let me tell you, there was one supplement that I ordered just last month. It was a $30 supplement. I take it, and the amount of diarrhea that I got from that supplement was insane, right? And it's supposed to help, it's supposed to help your gut, and it's supposed to help you feel better and take away the bloating. I'm going to tell you why it does all that, because they shoved it full of senna, which is just a laxative. So basically that's all they were selling you, $32, $35 after shipping and everything for a laxative. So these products simply just don't work. But for you, the average consumer, it sucks to spend, the amount of money that these supplements are costing now, 30, 40, 50. I have people that sit there and go, do you think this is any good? And they're like $120. And I'm just like, So for you, it's pretty harsh to be spending that kind of money. If you start adding up how much you spend a year, it's a lot. Okay. The second thing that I'm going to let you be prevalent on is that most of these companies that want you to advertise their products, they're willing to send you free samples. They are. I do not accept them. And the reason I don't accept them is because basically you're signing a contract with them that once you get the product to your home, once you have it in your hand, you have exactly 10 days to post a video for them. I don't agree with that. Some products do not work within 10 days. I am a person, I need 30 days to try out a product. If a company is not contacts me and is not willing to give me 30 days to check out that product, okay? Rejuvenaturals did that for me. Bucky Labs did that for me. That's why I'm still with them till this day, because they said, go ahead and take your 30 days. Go ahead and test them out. See how you like them. And if there's anything else on our website that you would like to try, please, that is a reputable company. Okay. These companies that want you to throw up something in 10 days, that is not a reputable company. Okay. Because most products, you're not going to get any information on how it affects you in 10 days. Some you do. I mean, like the cortisol, I did have a bunch of people that it was instantaneous. Wow, I started losing weight right away. Or wow, I noticed the calmness right away. But not very few products do that. Okay. It takes a while. Okay. The inhaler, it took people 15 days, 18 days to start contacting me and start giving me feedback on those. Okay. So I don't agree with, lock me into a contract and then I have to, and then if I don't, then they sit there and go, well, we sent you the product, okay. No, I'm not going to lie to my followers. That's not going to happen. So you can take your product and I'll be more than glad to pay the shipping back, and I'll even pay you for the product. They're like, oh, no, then it's okay. Go ahead and keep it. Okay. So, but I know for you guys, it's pretty hard. This is why I normally do this video at the end of the year. All right. It's getting long. It always is. So please stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you next year. I might be doing more YouTube videos since TikTok is starting to get very stricty. Can't say cancer, can't say weight loss, can't talk about that, can't do that. Ooh, can't make claims to that. So you might see me here more often. All right. I love you guys. Please go into the new year happy, and I promise I'm going to keep you healthy.